Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is iszlib2 and today we're going over how to use the iStationZ-lib2 or ISZ-lib2 module for the iStationZ-ModMenu. This is a development kit or an SDK which allows you to actually write Python code and interact with the iStationZ-ModMenu. This is for iStation Z 2021 on PC and or Steam. So let's get into the video. You're first going to want to download iStation Z lib2 from my GitHub. You can go over here to my GitHub. It'll be github.com/krakow298. Let's scroll on down till we find ISZ-lib2. You can also go over to repositories. It should be one of the first ones. Right here, you can see that it loads .py files as plugins for the iStationZ ModMenu, and you would just click the download right here, and it'll download right to your downloads folder. You'll have to probably click keep, and then keep anyway. And then after you do that, you need to create this data or this folder structure, which is dat mm plugins, and then your plugin file. They can either have plugin 0, plugin 1, plugin 2, and plugin 3 names. Alright, so now let's get over to coding on the iStationZ ModMenu. We're going to want to open up our plugin and your favorite IDE, and we have to actually do a lot of things before we can actually start coding. First, what we need to do is define the credits right here, and then we need to set the two variables that we're going to be creating. Global, we're going to set version and developer to a global variable. We're going to set version equal to whatever version you want. In this case, I'm going to do version 1.0.1. Then the developer is going to be, of course, Krakow298. And what we can do now, oh wait, that R is not correct. What we're going to go ahead and do now is return them. So we're going to return version and developer. Next, we're going to call the function. And now we can start coding our main app. You need to name it this. You can call other functions though, such as, I don't know, define our print. Yeah, we're gonna call it print stat for short for print statement. We're just gonna go ahead and print reads both the main app and the print underscore stat function. Let's go back over here. And we can also just call the function by just doing print underscore stat with two parentheses like that. So what you'll first do when it loads up the iStationZ or ISZ-lib is it'll check for credits being declared. This right here is required because when the file is first called, it'll go through the entire file. So credits, and then you can go ahead and version is equal to version 1.0.1 and developer, and then the iStationZ lib can take these two right here and use them to its will. The print stat right here, it's a module, or not module, but a function that the main app function declares. So this function is read by the iStationZ lib2, and then it calls this one. So, yeah, let's go ahead and let's start it up. See if we have our first one. Here we'll go. As you can see, it's version, whatever we typed in here, and my name, Krakow298. Reads both the main app and print stat function, as you can see here. So it's perfect. What we can do is a lot more with this. We can use or import some other modules that are packed in with the Python interpreter, which does include OS module, sys, and a bunch of others such as time and date time, shuttle as well. So we're going to go from os.path import, let's do join, and then we're also going to do exists. Okay, and then from OS import, what else do we need to import? Let's think for a second. Get in env, which will give us iStationZ save data. Then we can get cwd, which will go ahead and will give us our current running directory. Oh wait, forgot. We also need base name, since this will give us the file name, which we will probably need here soon. So if we're going to do an if statement, base name of underscore file is not equal to the string of plugin. We'll go plugin dot py print no access. This is just to prove hey, if the file name right here is not equal to string plugin.py, you can't have access to it. So this uses this module right here. And so this is all done not through the Python interpreter on my machine, but rather the Python interpreter that is packaged along with iStationZ lib. Let's go ahead and let's do it. We can go over here and we'll do an else print access granted. Alright, so it passed this function. So now we know that the Python file is named plugin.py. If it was named plugin0 or something else, it would not work. Alright, awesome sauce. So now let's get rid of this. And let's get rid of this one. That was just to show off that what we can do. We can also, from shuttle, import copy tree. This is to make the file a lot more efficient instead of importing everything within the file or within the module. Awesome. So let's go over here and let's type in a few commands. So we need to get the directory or current running directory. That's not how you spell directory. Is equal to get cwd parentheses. Awesome. Now we need to create a new path. Now we cannot do this relatively with whatever you call it. And so here we go. Let's go ahead and let's get the local app data. So app underscore data is going to be equal to the get env, and we need to type in local app data. And then we're going to do join right here. So join the app data variable with ISZ, go over, saved, over again, and then lastly, saved games. This is the file that we will need, and we're going to do new underscore dir is equal to this, or the new variable is equal to that. The directory, we're going to keep it as that because we will need to copy a few files. Using shuttle, let's go over and let's, copy tree from the shuttle. Set the copy tree from the new directory to the string right here of directory. Then we're going to do a new one, and we're going to call this backups. All right, awesome. So now let's go ahead and let's test this by doing a print success. Oh, and one more thing. we need to check if the folder exists. This is where this one comes in. So if exists of the folder, what do we call the folder? Underscore backup. Whoops. Underscore backups. We don't need to do is true or is false. We can go over and we can remove tree. Where is remove tree? Hold up. Yep, right here. RM tree. There we go. So now we're going to do RM tree. And it's going to be the directory. So we're going to do F string. Of course, these curly brackets, directory, // and then we're going to do our file or folder, which is underscore backups. And then we're going to set everything else like right underneath it. So if this exists, the folder exists, we're going to create a new backup basically. And so here we're using all of these. Start it. As you can see, we have a new one. It's plugin version, blah, blah, whatever. It says success, which is right here. No errors have occurred. Let's check. Awesome sauce. So now it's inside our one backups folder. We can also redo the entire thing if we'd prefer, but we're not going to do that. Now you might be asking yourself, well, what if this exists already right here? Let's start it up again. It says success again, and it throws no error because remember, it's removing the tree. If it wasn't removing the tree, we would get an error. I can show you that right now. I'm going to copy this, but delete it. And here we go. As you can see, it throws an error. We can check it with PowerShell by doing the iszlib2.exe. It already exists right here. That's why we need to remove it. So Control Z, Control S, and now we should get no error, as you guys can see. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like it. If you didn't, well then don't. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye-bye.